सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। नमः मुरयार काट्टुम मा ब्रह्मवत्तु वालन சிவநிலை தவசற்சீடர் செரிகுருவரன் சிற்கையன் உவகையோருருவன் தன்னுள் உவப்பவன் கழிமூகத்தன் அவனையான் தென்பான் மூர்த்தி அப்பனை ஏத்துவோமே அப்பனை ஏத்துவோமே உள்ளதலதுள்ள உணர்வுள்ளதோ உள்ள பொருள் உள்ளலர உள்ளத்தே உள்ளதால் உள்ளமெனும் உள்ள பொருள் உள்ளளவன் உள்ளத்தே உள்ளபடி உள்ளதே உள்ளல் உணர் மரண பய மிக்குளவம் மக்களரனாக மரண பவமில்லா மகேசன் சரணமே சார்வதம் சார்வொடுதாம் சாவுற்றார் சாவென்னம் சார்வரோ சாவாதவர் 26th அகந்தையுண்டாயின் அனைத்துமுண்டாகும் அகந்தையின்றேலின்றனைத்தும் அகந்தையே யாவுமாம் ஆதலால் யாதிதென்று நாடலே ஓவுதல் யாவுமெனவோர் நானுதியாதுள்ள நிலை நாமதுவாயுள்ள நிலை நானுதிக்கும் தானமதை நாடாமல் நானுதியா தன்னிழப்பை சார்வதேவன் சாராமர்த்தானதுவாம் தன்னிலையில் நிற்பதவன் சாற்று எழும்பும் அகந்தை எழுமிடத்தை நீரில் விழுந்த பொருள் காண வேண்டி முழுகுதல் போர் கூர்ந்தமதி யார் பேச்சு மூச்சடக்கி கொண்டுள்ளே ஆழ்ந்தறிய வேண்டும் அறி நான் என்று வாயால் நவிலாதுள்ளாள் மனத்தால் நான் என்றெங்குந்துமென நாடுதலே ஞான நெறி ஆமன்றி அன்றிது நான் நாமது வென்றுண்ணல் துணை ஆமது விசாரமாமா. So, yesterday evening we saw when the I thought arises, all the other thought rises. All the experiences of the world gained. When the I thought subsides or get absorbed either in deep sleep or in samadhi, then all the thoughts also gets absorbed. So this I is everything. Therefore, to renounce that I by inquiring into its source is renouncing everything. So without renouncing this I, whatever you try to renounce, it makes no sense, because it is like Swami Vivekananda, he says, once a man, he was trying to bury his shadow. So he dug a pit, and then he went there and he stood in front so that his shadow fell on the pit. So he started closing the pit. And after that, the shadow was above the pit. So howsoever you try to bury your shadow, you cannot, because it is nothing but the reflection of the body. So all this world is nothing but the reflection of the I. So howsoever you try to renounce everything, it will not be renounced unless you renounce the I. So how to renounce the I? Only by inquiring, who am I? And seeking the source of the I, you renounce the I. When you renounce the ego, everything else is renounced. So that is the real renunciation. What a beautiful definition of renunciation. Ovudal yavumam. Ovudal means to renounce. So nanudiyadil ullanilai, namaduvai ullanilai. So where the ego never rises, there the abidance happens. There you abide as the self. So without inquiring into the source of this I thought, how can ever one abide in the self? So that is very, very important. Saramar tanuduvam tannilayil nirpadevan. How to achieve that abidance without destroying this ego? So therefore, it is very, very important to inquire the source of the ego, where the ego rises, and then to abide there. If at all we are serious about Atma Jnana or emancipation, this is the way to go. Okay, how to go about? எழும்பும் அகந்தை எழுமிடத்தை நீரில் விழுந்த பொருள்காண வேண்டி. How to go about? How to seek the source of this ego which is rising? Like you dive deep and search for the object lost in the waters. How you search? கூர்ந்தமதியார் பேச்சு மூச்சு அடக்கிக் கொண்டு ஆழ்ந்து அறிய வேண்டும். See, these two lines you remember always. கூர்ந்தமதியால், with one pointed intellect, without getting distracted by anything. கூர்ந்தமதியால். பேச்சு மூச்சு அடக்கிக் கொண்டே, without uttering a word, and with one determination that I am going to seek the source and find out the self. With this determination you sit. பேச்சு மூச்சு அடக்கிக் கொண்டு ஆழ்ந்து அறிய வேண்டும். சும்மா superfluous கிடையாது. It's a very deep thing. So you have to go deep within. And I tell you, when you go deep within, there is only Sukham. Sukham unalloyed. Unalloyed Sukham. Sukha Swarupam. Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim. About Guru, it is said, Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim. So that is his nature. So that is the self you reach within. ஆழ்ந்து அறிய வேண்டுமறி. And then in the 29th verse, Bhagavan says, Nanendru vayal naviladu, without uttering a word, saying I or whatever, or I am not the body, I am not the mind, not uttering any word, or uttering I am Brahman, I am Brahman. No, that is not Atma Vichara. Not uttering a word, ulla manadal. Turning the attention within. Adan manadal. Manadal. Turning the attention within. Naan endru engu undum ena naadudal. Endru naadal. From where this feeling or that spuranam of நான் இருக்கேன் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு உணர்வு, I am, there is a sense or feeling I am. So what is this I am? You keep the attention there. See why Bhagavan saying attention in the I continuously, you will find the I somehow changing its parinamam. Parinamam means its dimension. And as if only, everything is as if only. As if you experience that I which you are holding on, or where your attention is, that it just subsides somewhere. So that is what Bhagavan is saying, from where the I thought is rising, or find out, all those stuff. So when that happens, Munnir nadi polum oyume, this is the most beautiful expression. Munnir nadi polum oyume, meaning as the river loses its identity in the big ocean, this small I loses its identity of its original name and form, and only the self remains. So that is what happens. So this is Jnana Neri, this is Jnana Vicharam. Without doing this, just to say, Am Anridu Nan, I am not this body, Naam Adu, I am that Brahman, like that to go on thinking, that is not Atma Vicharam. See, the third line, the last word should be joined with the first word of the fourth line. Unnal Tunayam, Adu Vicharamama. Unnal Tunayam. See, just now I saw the Kanagammal's this thing, word by word meaning. She says, Unnal Tunayam, Adu Vicharamama. Can it be called as Vicharam? Okay. Now, this is the heart of Atma Vicharam, so that we have seen. But continuing the same thread of thought. Nana Renamanamul Nadi Ula Nannave. Renamanamul Nadi Ula Nannave. Nanam Avantalai Nanamura. Nanana. Nanana. தோன்றும் ஒன்று தானாக தோன்றினுனான் அன்று பொருள் பூன்றமது தானாம் பொருள் நானார் என மனமுள் நாடியுள நன்னவே நானாம் அவன் தலை நானமுற நானானா தோன்றும் ஒன்று தானாக தோன்றினுனான் அன்று பொருள் பூன்றமது தானாம் பொருள் நானார் என மனம் உள் நாடி. See, this is how you have to split. When you split, everything is clear. Nanar, who am I? Nanar, yena, manam, this mind, ulnadi. Ulnadi means seeking within. Seeking within. Ula nannave, ula means heart. Nannave means when it reaches the heart, or when it abides in the heart, or when it goes towards the heart. Ulam nannave. Nanam avan talai nanamura. Nana means this ego sense, this I, small I. Nanamura. Talai nanamura means, Nanam means, in actual Tamil, Nana means when these girls, when they meet their lovers, those days, not now, I am talking about those days. They feel so shy, so naturally they, their head goes down. They don't look at the boy or the man. So naturally, out of the feeling of shyness, அது என்ன சொல்லுவாங்க இங்கிலீஷ்ல? நாணம் தான், shyness. வெட்கம், அதான் தமிழ் அது. அதான் இங்கிலீஷ்ல கேட்குறேன். ஃபீலிங் ஆஃப் ஷைனஸ், ஓகே, வாட் எவர். அது இங்கிலீஷில் வார்த்தையே இல்லை பாருங்க. ஸோ they don't look at them. Their head goes down. So here, this ahankara also, out of shame that it is hollow, it is not true, it just falls. See, what it means is the ego perishes. Avan talai nanamura. See, exact meaning is talai means head. Nanamura means going down like this, out of shame, out of feeling of shyness. Like this. So, avan talai nanamura means the I perishes. And in that sthanam where the I perishes, na tondrum undru. Na tondrum undru. Na. See, here beautifully he has made this word. See, nan. There is no kanda. See, it was broken. Nan. Meaning it is a small I. Here, na. There is no break in between. So it means akanda. So even the word he has suggested, na, means there is no break. Akandamana or I. Akanda means what? Which is infinite, or which has nothing to limit it. That is akanda. See, infinite, what is the meaning of infinite? See, we imagine infinite means, perusu. No, not that. Infinity means what? There is nothing to limit it. That's it. Unlimited. Nothing to limit it. Nanana tondinum. Tanaha means by itself it reveals. There is nobody to know it as such. It reveals itself. But technical Vedanta Shastra, they say only the Sukshma Vritti, through Sukshma Vritti, you first know the self. As you see the face in the mirror, the bimbam, pradibimbam, like that, you see the reflection of the self. That's how they say in the traditional Vedanta Shastra. And then that also goes. That face in the mirror is nothing but this face, no? So the reflection is nothing but the actual. So you know that, and then that also perishes. That is how they explain there. But Bhagavan doesn't want to do all those hair splitting, this thing. So he says, Nanana tondrum undru. Tanaha, by itself it is revealed. Tondrinum nan andru porul. Even though it is tondrinum sonna kuda, it is not that I, ego sense. Nan andru porul. Andru porul, that is not the ego sense. Poondramam ahude porul. Poondram means that is Purana Vastu. Why it is called as Purana Vastu? Because in that there is nothing else. Therefore, there is nothing to limit it. It is complete. Puranam. Paripuranam. Paripuranam means from all sides. Meaning what? It's totally full, complete. Poondramam ahude porul. That is the truth. That is the Purana Vastu. So here I remember, once this thought came to me, I don't know whether somebody has told me or it has come to me by itself, I don't know. Really now I don't know. So a student, a seeker or a disciple, he goes and prostrates at the feet of the Guru. Na? You know what it means? It means Adhyatma. According to Adhyatma, it means head means what? Talai means what? That is the ego sense. That offering itself at the feet of the Guru or the Lord. Feet means what? That is the self. So this head is ahankar, that offering itself at the feet, meaning what? This ahankar just going and perishing there. At the feet means what? At the substratum or the self. This is real namaskar. So if you are doing namaskar to our guru, meaning what? Actually the ego sense should go and disappear in the self. That is actual namaskar. So that you can do when you sit and inquire, who am I? You can even stand and inquire, please. But please don't try to sleep or lie down and inquire. You will have sound inquiry. Because when you lie down, see, this is what? Different posture has got different moods. When you lie down, you relax, so much relax that you go to sleep. When you stand up, always it is rajas, activity. You are ready to act. So rajas, sitting only is sattvam actually. That is why Mahatmas, when they give pravachana or they ashirvachana, they always sit and talk. Even the great musicians, when they sing Carnatic music and all, they sit, sammanam kotti nalla ukkandu, nalla, adu vandu arusuvai unavu saapra mari. But this other music, they stand and they sing. Rock, pop, it has got its own beauty. I am not denying it. But you know what? It is very rajasic in nature. So you have to invoke rajas. So you have to stand only. When you sit down, how can you invoke rajas? It's very hard to invoke rajas when you sit down. So you have to stand and you have to dance, you have to swing. You understand? But Carnatic music and all, sit. So that is how it is. So you sit and inquire, that is best. And Bhagavan says for the advanced seeker, he need not even close the eyes. Even eye open, you can do vichara, Bhagavan says. But the problem is, if you open your eyes, then you will get distracted by so many things. So initially you need not. You have to close, because at least that distraction we can avoid. Na? So though this reveals itself, it is not the limited eye. Non-andru porul. It is not the eye. Poonramam ahude porul. Poonra means Puranam. So Puranamam ahude porul. That is the truth, the self, that Purana Vastu. Swarupam. That is Swarupa. Okay. Now, see, if you see Upadesa Undiyar also, the same way Bhagavan has developed the thought. And then the next verse after this, you know what there? Such a Mahayogi has nothing to do. That Mahayogi has nothing to do, because he has already attained everything. He is abiding in himself. Adhe the similar thought. I think Murna Swamiji only has sort of put the verses together. So that is the thought development. So after that what? Okay, he has realized this Purana Vastu, Purana self. Then, always this question comes from then, Tannai Azhithezhunda Tanmayanandarukku Ennai Uladondru Iyatrudharkku Tannayaladu Anniyam Ondrum Ariyar Avar Nilamai Innadendru Unnallevan Tannai Azhithezhunda Tanmayanandarukku Ennai Uladondru Iyatrudharkku Tannayaladu Anniyam Ondrum Ariyar Avar Nilamai Innadendru Unnallevan. See, I told you, Kavya Kanta Ganapati Muni, when he saw that Marana Bhavam Illa Mahesan, he picked that words and he put it as Mangala Shloka. Shloka was missing, so Bhagavan wrote this Tannai Azhithezhunda Tanmayanandarukku, it seems. And then that was taken and added here as 31st verse. That is how Kanagamma is saying here. Okay, so this is the last verse Bhagavan composed in this Ulladu Narpadu, in this series. You understand what I am saying? Why are you looking at me like this as if you don't know anything? I am only talking in English. So, Tannai Azhithu Ezhunda Tanmayanandar. What a beautiful expression. Tannai Azhithu Ezhunda Tanmayanandar. So, Tannai Azhithu means one who has killed himself. And he has resurrection. When Jesus was crucified, he died. Tannai Azhithu. Then he was resurrected. Meaning, he just got up. Tannai Azhithu Ezhunda Tanmayanandarukku. So, this self, which is revealed after the destruction of the ego self, in the Tanmayanandana yaar theriyuma? One who is reveling in the Ananda of his own self. Tanmaya Anandam. Ananda means that Jivan Mukta. That Jivan Mukta who is now enjoying the bliss of his own self. That is called as Tanmayanandar. Tanmaya Anandam. Anandam is now Tanmayam. Since he is abiding in his own self, Tanmayam, the Anandam. Tanmayanandar. So this Jivan Mukta, who is reveling in the bliss of his own self, Ennai Ulladu Ondru Iyatrudarku. What is there for him to do? Iyatrudarku means for him to work or for him to act in the world outside. Means, since because he is abiding in the self, he has attained everything because he has become Apta Kaman. All his desires are fulfilled. Why? Because he is enjoying that absolute bliss. Why do we seek pleasure in the world outside? For happiness. He has got the absolute bliss. So for him, no need to go out. And there are no desires because desires are expression of something lagging within. Some kurai. Now he is for him only nirai. So therefore, for him, there is nothing to be done. Why? There are no vasanas, there is no pressure from within, no thoughts. Therefore, he is not pushed from within to act. How beautiful. That is total freedom. And not only that, there is nothing other than him. Tannai aladu anniyam ondru ariyar. For him, there is nothing other than himself. There is nothing other than himself. There is no world. There is no God other than this truth. So for him, there is nothing to be done. Now I am going to really reform this world. He will not start. Why? From his standpoint, there is no world. அப்போ என்ன சுவாமி லோக கல்யாணம்னு சொல்கிறாங்களா? அது என்னது சுவாமிஜி? அதெல்லாம் வேற விஷயம், அப்புறம் சொல்கிறேன். What? That is also there in Vyavahara, but from his experience, there is no world other than the self. Therefore, for him, there is no push from within to reform the world. Or, I am going to now build a temple for God. I am going to do the Satkaryam. No Satkaryam. For him, there is nothing. Actually speaking, when Bhagavan was alive, this Amma's Samadhi was built. And upon that, other devotees were having this desire to build a temple actually. And Bhagavan was not that, keen. That is why it took so many years. Yeah. Bhagavan told very clearly, you should not ask any money from anybody. This is what Bhagavan instructed. Let us say that we are going to build this. Let people give. You don't ask for money. That was a very tough condition. So slowly it came up. So it is not actually Bhagavan's sankalpa as such. But without Bhagavan's grace and blessings, nothing could happen. So that way it is Bhagavan's grace and blessings. But it is not his sankalpa as such, For him what? Nothing. See how wonderful. See, those days when devotees go to Ramanashramam, there are no other places of worship. Of course, Arunachalam, always there. But they go to Bhagavan's Sannadhi. That is Moolasthanam. That is Garbhagraham. And Bhagavan is the Lord seated there. And they just sit at his feet. And they need not even talk to him. He need not even look at them and talk. In the Sannidhi, if people sit, everything they gain. How wonderful it would have been. So for him there is nothing to be done. There are two reasons. One, he has achieved that ultimate. So that is Purana Vastu. So his mind is full, Puranam. Or there is no mind, or he is in the state of Puranam. So no desires, no action. Second thing, Anniyam Undariyar. For him there is nothing other. There is nobody to do. There is nothing to be done because there is nothing else other than the self. So, if suppose a Mahatma works in the world outside, nobody can question also. He is totally free. In that case, it is said it is Ishvara Sankalpa. He has no Sankalpa of his own. It's all Ishvara Sankalpa. It is said like that. To sort of reconcile and to satisfy the intellect of the onlookers. It is said it is Ishvara Sankalpa. Bas. But actually, it should not be asked, it cannot be explained. That is the actual answer. Why is he acting? He is acting. He is not acting. So, என்னை உளதொன்று இயற்றுதற்கு தனையலாத அந்நியம் ஒன்றும் அறியார் அவர் நிலைமை இன்னதென உண்ணலெவன். அவருடைய நிலைமை, his state where he abides. Who can say where he is abiding? What is his state? Innadena means what? What is that state? Who can think about it? Who can explain? Unnalevan. Unnal means to think. Who can imagine or who can, think about it? Meaning it is beyond our imagination. Where he abides, how he feels, what he experiences, and how he lives. It is beyond one's imagination. Unnalevan. Who can think about it? Innadendru unnalevan means what? Our nilamai. Innadendru unnalevan. Who can say or who can imagine their state? Only you abiding in the self, you can realize that state. You cannot imagine or nobody can explain because it doesn't come under the purview of intellect. That is the problem. Karpanai kadanda sodhi. It is beyond karpanai. Therefore, it cannot be revealed as such. Now, 32nd verse. அது நீ என்றம் மறைகள் ஆழ்ந்திடவும் தன்னை எதுவென்று தான் தேர்ந்திராது அது நான் இதுவன்றென்றெண்ணலுரன் இன்மையினால் என்றும் இதுவன்றென்றெண்ணலுற இன்மையினால் என்றும் அதுவே தானாயமர்வதால் அது நீ என்றம் மறைகள் ஆழ்ந்திடவும் தன்னை எதுவென்று தான் தேர்ந்திராது அது நான் இதுவன்றென்றெண்ணலுரன் இன்மையினால் என்றும் அதுவே தானாயமர்வதால் அது நீ என்று தத்துவமசி அது நீ என்று that thou art. அம்மறைகள் ஆர்ந்திடவும். மறைகள் means that Vedas, the Mahavakya Upadesha, when they proclaim, ஆர்ந்திடவும், when they proclaim that thou art, when they proclaim, what you should do actually? Now you have to inquire. தன்னை எதுவென்று தான் தேர்ந்து அப்படிதான் செய்யணும். Now what we have to do? The scriptures and the Guru, they have given me this Upadesha that thou art. Tat Tvamasi. Then what we should do? Now we have to inquire Am I the Supreme Self? How come? Who am I actually? What am I? How is it? Like that you have to inquire within. This is what is expected. Without doing that, if you simply sit and go on thinking, Adhunan, that Brahman I am, Idu Andru, not this body, not this mind, Enri Ennal, to think like that, Uran in Mayinal. You don't have that Atma Bhalam, you don't have that strength within, Uran. Somehow you don't have that sufficient Vairagya, sufficient inner strength to dive within. That Uran in Mayinal. And the Uran, that Uran, the inner strength or that Vairagya is not that. Therefore, you are sitting and saying, I am Brahman, I am Brahman, I am Brahman, I am not the body. See, this is another method suggested by Vedanta Shastram. Meaning you sit with your bhavana, with your thought, you say, I am Brahman, soham, sahaham. And you say, I am not this body, deham naham, I am not this body, I am not this body. So what Bhagavan says is, Idu andru, adunan, idu andru endru ennal. To think like that, Uran in mayinal. You don't have that guts to sit and do the Atma Vichara. You don't have that inner strength or that Vairagya. Chumma. You are sitting and doing some japa like some sort of, Mano Vyavahara it is. He says it's a Mano Vyavahara only. What is a Mano Vyavahara? Saying, I am Brahman, I am Brahman, I am Brahman. Now what you should do? You should give the attention within and find out who am I. If the Guru or the scriptures say you are that, meaning that Supreme Self, then you have to sit and find out. Am I? How am I the Supreme Self? What am I? So, this feeling of I which is arising, how it is said as Supreme? What is that feeling or what is that I? If you keep your attention, that is inquiry. That is what is expected out of you. See, one person who has done this really is Nisargadatta Maharaj. He met his Guru only once, it seems. As I told you, he was just an ordinary BD sort of worker. He was rolling BDs. And he had a family. He was living in a very humble life actually. Very modest life, not humble, modest life. Yes, of course he was humble. So, once he met his Guru, that's what he says. I met my Guru only once. Afterwards he has not met him, it seems. And Guru told him, you are the Supreme Self. That is it. He came back and he was wondering and pondering about it again and again. Pondering means, how can I be the Supreme Self? What is that? So gradually he was driven from within to put the attention on the I. And he was keeping the attention on the I, it seems. Continuously, in and through his work also, otherwise also. And within 3 months, he says, he has realized the self. So this is what is expected, Bhagavan says. You say, I am Brahman, I am Brahman, I am Brahman, I am Brahman. That may help. Bhagavan said earlier, Tunai, it may aid your spiritual sadhana. But that is not Atma Vicharam. Traditionally they say, it creates Akandhakara Vritti, Brahmakara Vritti. And that will destroy the Deha Abhimana. And then the Brahman is revealed. This is what the traditional Vedanta says. That is also true only. But here Bhagavan says, that is not Atma Vichara. Atma Vichara means taking the bull by its horn. That is Atma Vichara. Taking the bull by its horn. I is the trouble. Inquire what is this I and finish the job. That is taking the bull by its horn. See, there are others who take the bull by its tail. They run with the bull. And pavam adu. Adoda vaala pidichilta. இவனை காலை பிடிச்சிழுத்து அப்படி இருக்கும். கால் கூட வால் பாவம் அது. The real Dhira, he takes the bull by its horn. So Atma Vichara is like that, taking the bull by its horn. So ஏன் எப்படி சொல்கிறோம்? Why are we saying this? Because அதுவே தானாய் அமர்வதால். Because even now you are the self only. Even now you are the self only. You will not say I am self, I am self, I am self. Elsewhere he is going to say I am man, I am man. If somebody says I am man, you know, I am man, you know, I am man, you know, is it not ridiculous? Yes, you are man. Yeah, I know I am man. If somebody says again and again I am man, I am man, then we have to suspect. ஏன் இப்படி சொல்றான் திருப்பி திருப்பி? So you are the self. So what is the point in saying I am the self, I am the self, I am Brahman, I am Brahman, I am Brahman? You abide in the Brahman. Shut up. Sollara. You abide in the self. Don't say I am Brahman, I am Brahman. So because already, always, you are that. Thanaya Amarvadal. Because you are always the self, which is shining as I. So therefore, you abide in that I by inquiring who am I. So that is Atma Vicharam. Not saying I am Brahman, I am Brahman, or not saying I am not this body, not the mind. That may be helpful in the sadhana, but that is not Atma Vichara. That is not a direct path. Direct path is the inquiry, or putting the attention on the I and getting rid of it. That is Atma Vichara. Now, 33rd is another strange words, very interesting, but என்னை அறியேனான், என்னை அறிந்தேன் நான், என்னல் நகைப்புக்கு இடனாகும், என்னை தனை விடயமாக்க இருதான் உண்டோ ஒன்றாய், அனைவர் அனுபூதி உண்மையால், என்னை அறியேன் நான், என்னை அறிந்தேன் நான், என்னல் நகைப்புக்கு இடனாகும், என்னை தனை விடயமாக்க இருதானுண்டோ ஒன்றாய், அனைவர் அனுபூதி உண்மையால், என்னை அறியே நான். I don't know myself. If somebody says I don't know myself, or என்னை அறிந்தேன் நான், I have realized myself now. Eureka, Eureka, Eureka. That fellow ran naked. Archimedes. Right? So he discovered a wonderful law of the universe. Archimedes' principle, they say. So he started running naked. Eureka, Eureka, Eureka. So like that, after dhyanam, samadhi, I realized if you jump, then Bhagavan says both of these things, nagaipukku idanagum. People will laugh at you. Meaning, you will become a laughing stock. Nagaipukku idanagum. Why nagaipukku idanagum? என்னை தனை விடயமாக்க இருதானுண்டோ means the same idea. The self, can it ever become an object to know or not to know? If I say I have known the self, are there two selves, one to know and other to be known? தன்னை விடயமாக்க இருதானுண்டோ. So, to know the self as an object, are there two eyes, two selves? One self to know and the other self to be known. See, this is a basic idea, you know. The self is always one. Onrai anaivar anudbudi unmayal. Because everybody feels or experiences this self as one only. I always experience myself as one, not as two personalities. No, I feel I am one only. That everybody feels that way only. யதார்த்தமான உணர்வு அதுதான். So, can the self be made of an object of your knowledge? Only when it is made of an object of your knowledge you can say I know it, or you can say I don't know it. See? So he is asking whether are there two eyes, one to know and other to be known. ஒன்றாய் ஒளிர்வதால் தான். It is always. Once Swami Chinmayanji was traveling in the flight, it seems, and a stranger, he was sitting next to him, and they were in the conversation. In the course of the conversation, they were discussing something about spirituality or something, it seems. Then the stranger asked, it seems, "Do you know Swami Chinmayananda?" Gurudev said, "What would I reply? If I say I don't know Swami Chinmayananda, I don't know Chinmayananda, it is a lie. If I say I know him also, it is not logically correct. So what should I say now? I can only keep quiet." So, similarly, if I say I don't know myself, it is a lie. I know myself. Now also I know myself. Only thing is I know my true self because I am confused with this body. And I cannot say I know myself because it is not the object to be known. So both, if somebody says I don't know the self, then also is ignorance only. Somebody says I know the self, then also it is ignorance only. That is why in Kena Upanishad or somewhere, the student says, "Now I have understood." Then Guru says, "No, you have not understood anything, go and do some more tapasya." Then he comes and says, "I understood." "No, you didn't understand, go." Then he didn't come back. Then Guru thought, "Yes, done." Yad gatva anivartante. So as long as you come for the lectures, it means one day that person gone, not to be seen anywhere, gone. So from tomorrow onwards you can't see Anvesh here. What happened to Anvesh? Gone. He realized. So there is no point in intellectualizing or objectifying the truth. See, this is the very main idea. See, when you get this point, there is nothing to be known, so you are so peaceful. Don't go to sleep. That is what we do. We have trained the mind like that. Either be multi-pointed or no-pointed. Either you think about everything or think about nothing, means go to sleep. But we should be aware and not think of anything. That is the challenge. When you keep your attention on the eye, you will not think about anything else. And the eye also will go by itself. Pinam sudidadi bole, and the I thought will destroy all the other thoughts, and that also will be destroyed. You know Pinam sudidadi? No. The stick they use to burn the dead body. They lit the fire, na? Yeah, they use that stick to beat, because when it is heated, the bones expand, it seems. The hands, the legs may come up, prop up, it seems. It's very scary. The dead body suddenly raising its hand. So that fellow there with the tuddy, with that stick, and then after that he will not take that as a souvenir to his house. He will throw that also into the fire, and that is also burnt. Like that, this I thought, when you keep your attention only on the I thought, see, that is how I am telling again and again, this is the way to go. Please try. This is the way to go. Swamiji, so many thoughts are coming, what will I do? You focus on the I thought. Swami, I don't know what is I thought, where to focus? Arey Buddhu, try. So when you focus on the I thought, no other thoughts can arise, in the sense that is the beautiful thing, and that also will go. And you know what? This I thought is unique. It is not like any other thought. It is unique, very unique, so that you cannot miss it. It is very, very unique and very suham it is. It is so suham. To keep the mind in the I or one's existence is a sukham. To think about something is dukham, or means effort. ஐயோ ரொம்ப புண்ணாக்கிக்கிறோம் உடம்பு தியானம் பண்ணி சொல்லுவாங்க. Meditating on something, we really trouble ourselves. அது ஒரு வேதனை அது. To keep the mind on oneself is sukham. To think about something is dukham. So if you know the knack, if you know what it is, how to keep the mind on the I thought, that I thought will take care of everything, all the other thoughts, and that will also perish. For that, we have to tie the rock or stone of Vairagya around our waist and dive deep within. Vairagya means what? Not attached to anything. No name, no fame, no wealth, no properties, no beings, no relationships, nothing. I want only the self. One who chooses the self, him alone the self chooses. Kathopanishad. Yamai vesha vrunute tena labhyaha. Yamai vesha vrunute tena labhyaha. So one who chooses the self and self alone, him the Lord chooses. Understand? So therefore, this is it. This is it. And if we are distracted by something, no justification. No justification. Because all the other things are Maya's karya only. And Maya has got so many different ways to trap us. ஏதோ ஒரு வகையான ஒரு பாசம் பந்தம்னு வந்து தாக்கும். இல்லை ஏதோ ஒரு வகையான எக்ஸ்பெக்டிங் சம் ரெக்கக்னிஷன், சம் சார்ட் ஆஃப் பட்டம் பதவி, all those nonsense, it comes in some form or other. Or my duties, this is another thing I tell you. Or is it not my duty? Go die in duty. Duty, papar duty. Is it not my duty? Swamiji, we are grahasthas. You can tell anything, you are a sannyasi. But we are grahasthas. This is the biggest trouble. The thought that I am a grahastha, you die as a grahastha always. What grahastha? You are the self. Assert it. Don't say I am a grahastha. What peti? They will kick you out after some time. They will not have no time for you. After a few years, they will not even look at you. They will say, get lost, they will say. And நீங்க ஏமாந்து போறீங்க எல்லாரும். ஏமாந்து போறோம் means what? We are going to really lose ourselves in all this nonsense. So the Maya has got so many ways to trap us. So if we get trapped, nobody we can complain, nobody we can blame. It is our fault. And the uran inmayinal, uran illa ulla, the total vairagya is absent, meaning still we are not serious about the self. Though we talk, but we are not. Mandela இன்னும் உரைக்கல, இது வந்து துக்கம்னு இன்னும் உரைக்கல, இதெல்லாம் அர்த்தமில்லாத இன்னும் உரைக்கல. It is not hitting that this is false, this is unreal, இன்னும் உரைக்கல. சும்மா பேசுகிறோம் unreal, பட் உரைக்கலையே unreal. இதெல்லாம் துக்காலயம் மஷா சொல்கிறோம், பட் உரைக்கலையே. எவனுக்கு உரைச்சிடுச்சோ அவன் இதெல்லாம் கண்டுக்க மாட்டான், எதுலேயும் மாட்டிக்க மாட்டான். எந்த சுழியிலும் சிக்காத சுந்தரன். So he will not get caught into anything. So a seeker is one with one point attention, one point, that is மூச்சு அடக்கிக்கொண்டு, with a determination to know the self and self alone, not to get distracted by anything else, and to sit and to keep the attention on the I and to finish the samsara. That is the path of Bhagavan. But Bhagavan has not done anything of this sort. Bhagavan has not done anything of this sort. For him, it is all grace, pure grace. Finished. And then no coming back. Always abiding there. It's very rare, it seems. Very rare. தன்னை அழித்து எழுந்த தன்மையானந்தர் அப்படின்னா பகவானை தான் சொல்லலாம். தன்னை அழித்து எழுந்த தன்மையானந்தர். என்னை அறியேன் நான், என்னை அறிந்தேன் நான், என்னல் நகைப்புக்கு இடனாகும், என்னை தனை விடயமாக்க இருதான் உண்டோ ஒன்றாய், அனைவர் அனுபூதி உண்மையால். Therefore, one cannot proclaim that I don't know the self, or one cannot say I know the self. Both are ridiculous, because the self is not an object, either to be known or to proclaim that I don't know. So there are no two selves. There is only one. Therefore, there is no one self. There is nothing called as one self to know, the other to be known. This idea, if you can really get it, then it is very auspicious. See, after studying this, whomsoever can come in your life and talk anything to you about philosophy, you will not be shaken. If you sincerely, if you have contemplated on this, if you appreciate this, if you have got that kind of faith and devotion to Bhagavan, that is very important also. If you have got faith and devotion to Bhagavan, and if you have studied this sincerely and contemplated on it, nobody can shake you. Anybody can come, talk anything to you. You will not be shaken, because you know what it is. The clarity you get, that clarity cannot be shaken. That is the strength. See, you know what? These seekers, very many of them, they go astray, or they just fizzle away, because there is no clarity. They get caught into so many things, some siddhis, some sort of nonsense they get caught into, or they have some fantastic ideas about God realization, some Jodi Darshanam, some fantastic ideas they have got, or to go have darshan of some God, all those ideas. Or people start with inspiration, they lose slowly the inspiration, and they don't know what to do in life. So they start building temples, building ashramas, building hospitals, and they don't know what to do. I'm telling you, seriously I'm telling you, when they join the ashrama and they take up sannyasa, they're all very inspired only. But slowly that inspiration fizzles out, because they don't know how to go about. They meet a dead end. Even serious sannyasis I'm saying, very senior sannyasis I'm saying, because it is not that easy and simple. Then there's no clarity, always you meet a dead end. அப்புறம் என்ன செய்யுதுன்னு தெரியல எனக்கு, உட்காந்தாச்சு தியானம் பண்ணியாச்சு ஒன்றுமே வரலையே. Slowly it fizzles out. Some people come around and they say you are a guru, you are this, and you can develop this scholarship. That is easy actually. If you have some buddhi, you can develop some scholarship. You can give fantastic lectures, no doubt about that. You can, with your buddhi, you can give fantastic lectures. So people come around you and they applaud you. And you yourself start thinking, oh, நான் இப்போ ரொம்ப பெரிய ஆச்சாரியன் போல இருக்கே, எனக்கே தெரியாமல் போச்சு ஒரு நாள். And you start taking it seriously into your head. Gone. And you get lost. Or you are a great administrator. You are a go-getter. All such, this thing is put on you. And you start organizing events after events. Navaratri, make it a grand show. Shivaratri, make it a grand show. And Varushabhishekam, all procession, 10 days you celebrate. And Gurunath Jayanti, with Annadanam you celebrate. Everything you celebrate. Celebrating everything, he destroys himself. What is the use of celebrating? Tell me. Chumma celebrate this, celebrate that, celebrate this, celebrate that. And you go on celebrating everything. Or they get into this social service. You know, these scholarships we are giving to the downtrodden children. We are taking care of 100 children. ஒரு குழந்தை வேண்டான்னு ஓடி வந்துச்சு. இப்போ 100 children you are taking care. பாரு சிசுஷை பண்ணிட்டே இருக்க வேண்டியது. Then you go on calling everybody. These children are suffering. Please can you give some money for them to feed them, to feed them. எதுக்கு இந்த பிராரப்தம் உனக்கு? There are other organizations, there is the government, there is everybody to take care. That is none of your job to do all those things. And now we have to take care of our seniors. So you start a vridhashrama and you are gone. Why? You cannot take care of your own tata party and you have come out. And now you are going to take care of all tata parties. I tell you, it is not an easy joke to take care of tata parties. Not an easy joke at all. See, it is very important, but it's not an easy joke. I mean, it's hard work and it is dedication. Total dedication. And a lot of money involved, a lot of infrastructure involved, a lot of people involved. If you have to do it properly, otherwise don't do it. You understand? So we get lost in all these things. People think ashram means to dump the most idiotic people. Anik sonna mari, Swamiji, my son is not doing anything. He is not studying, he is not working. No, can you please take him into your ashram? So what can I do with him? No, you take him, do whatever you want. Enakku thalai idi vitta podum. You do whatever you want. And you know, people don't come at the age of 50, 55 to serve the mission, to serve the ashram. Because they are very busy with their life, making money, taking care of the children. எல்லாம் முடிஞ்சு 75 வயசு ஒண்ணுமே பண்ண முடியாது. கூனிக்கு Swamiji, I want to come and serve you. What can you serve me now? What can you serve? I have to serve you always. I have to sit next to you and go on serving you only. After some time you cannot even walk to the bathroom. I should walk along with you. What else can be done? This is what I am so surprised. At the age of 50, 55, people don't want to come. They want to come only at the age of 70, 75, 80. This is the last resort. So what can you do? What service you can do? No, Swamiji, I will eat, sleep and don't trouble you. That is the service I can do. So if we take up all those things, we get lost only in that. So vanda velai kavani sollirkar. அந்த வேலையை விட்டு நம்ம எல்லாம் அப்புறம் social service, rural development projects. Now I am going to do all social service. Nobody will come to help. See, the problem is everybody will sit there and call, Swamiji, this ashram, why it is not doing any projects? Ayya, you please come. No, I cannot come. Please don't disturb me. You have somebody. Then you give money. No, I don't have money. I don't have money. I cannot come and do anything. But you have to do. Why should I do? No, you have started this. You have to do it. Why should I do? I will not do anything. No, you have to do. I don't want this ashram. I will go. Tomorrow I will walk out. I don't want anything. Why should I manage this? எனக்கு தலை எழுத்தா ஏதோ நல்லது சொல்லணும்னு போய் ஆரம்பிச்சது. No, you have to do this, you have to do that. Means I don't want anything. I tell you, I am serious about that. See, எங்க சுவாமி சொன்னார், நான் தலையில திருவோட கவுத்திட்டு நடந்துட்டே போயிட்டு சொன்னா அப்படியே போயிட்டாரு. He just walked out. தலையில திருவோட கவுத்திட்டு போயிட்டாரு. திருவோடுன்னு தெரிஞ்சான பெக்கிங் போல், அது கரெக்டாக கேப் மாதிரி பொருந்துமா அது. அவர் சொன்னார் அப்படி, நான் திருவோட தலையில கவுத்திட்டு போயிட்டே இருப்பேன்னாரு. Nobody believed him. One day he walked out. Just தலையில அப்படி எவ்வளோ கவுத்திட்டு போல சொல்றேன். So it is nothing. சும்மா you do this, you do that, you do this, you do that. You have to do this. Why I have to do that? No, you have taken up, you have to do. And we get lost. See, இந்த கோயிலை கட்டி we are lost. ஆசிரமத்தை கட்டி அதை விட lost. அப்புறம் தான் தெரியுது, கல்யாணம் பண்ணப்பறம் தான் தெரியுது ஏண்டா பண்ணோம், இது ஒரு பெரிய சம்சாரம் போலயே. So we get caught. I tell you, In so many ways we can be caught. The Maya has got so many different ways to snare us, entangle us. So a Viveki is one who is alert always, aware always. Om Purnamadha Purnamidham Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. See, one more announcement.